Hello, I'm Jerry Work with ProfitDig, sitting here with Jeff Spencer. Jeff, how you doing?
Doing good. How you, Jerry?
I'm good. So, Jeff, I want to talk about something kind of heavy.
All right.
So, the construction business that you had with your father and brother failed. We've talked about that some in the past.
All right.
Now that there's been some time since that happened, do you find that you're able to look at that and kind of see, the lessons learned from that very painful event? Is that sort of something that
A lot of lessons learned. Hence ProfitDig. That's really what drove to the start of ProfitDig, was because realizing what we did, or what more or less what we didn't do to keep our business afloat. We were very successful. We had a lot of work. We were growing. We were 30 plus employees at this time, and 4 crews, had a couple of crews that was subbed out to different companies, and we were going strong. But that's what happened. We grew too fast. We were cranking out bids left and right. We were getting a large percentage of every bid that we cranked out, which is a telltale sign. The other thing was, we weren't tracking or keeping up with job costs. So, we might have been losing a little money here, losing a little money there, but by not tracking that, we kept bidding at a steady rate. From one job to the next, we were using the same strategies to bid our work, and our cost was costing more than what we were putting in for our cost of our work, which in a down economy led to the fall of our business. But just like we told in the past, I went to Chris, which he went to you. We talked about, at the time, in a down economy, there was nothing out there. We saw it, but it was too late. We was checking on prices for stuff. We wanted to get some way to track job costs to keep up and figure out where we was losing money. But it was $5, $10, $15, $20,000, to get something, to do an accurate takeoff and to do a projection of what our cost was going to be versus, what our cost actually is. And it was just going to cost several tens of thousands of dollars to get set up to do it. We couldn't afford that. And not many businesses our size or smaller could afford to do that. So after going through losing our business and going through all the heartache and finding other jobs and trying to pick up and move on, I still had some people that were wanting me to bid work for them and price work. And it's like, I knew there was a need there for something. So I went to Chris and I told him, people can't afford to pay this kind of money, to have this stuff. So we kind of come up with the vision of developing something that was affordable at a low monthly fee, where people could actually go in and bid a project, put their cost in, do a good markup, something they felt comfortable with, and also be able to not have to purchase a second application to track job costs. With ProfitDig uses your budget that you put in, your raw cost, to generate a working budget for you. And so you track costs against that working budget. It never costs against your profit. It never costs against your overhead, and unless you run a job under. If you go over, then it's going to throw up red flags, and you're going to see where you've busted your margin, and hopefully can correct that in future projects, similar to the one that you may have lost money on. But yes, there was a lot of heartache, a lot of lessons learned, and if I can tell anyone out there anything at all, is to make sure you know what it costs you to run your company each and every day. Make sure that when you are bidding a project, that you are incorporating those costs into that project with an accurate markup that you need to support your overhead, that you need to support your company, and to make the kind of profit that you want to make and make the living you want to make. And thirdly, there again, have something in place to track your job costs, so that if you're not making that margin that you want to make, that you can adjust your bids in the future to make up the difference for what you didn't do on this past job.
Mm-hmm. I want to take a step back to something you said earlier. You were talking about how you guys were winning jobs left and right. it kind of seems like it was too easy at that point. And so is that because you guys were too low, because you were not accurately costing your jobs before that? You really didn't know?
Yeah, I think a lot of that, is a big part of it. We may have been bidding our work too cheap because, like I said, we were growing. We had purchased a lot of equipment. We were also renting a lot of equipment, but yet we were still bidding at the same rates we were bidding before we, had made that purchase, before we had, started renting more equipment, and we were still using our equipment cost at the same rate. So we were losing money there. We had given guys raises to keep them. We were hiring guys at elevated wages because we were, needing people. And even then, it was tough to find skilled people for what we needed. So, we were willing and trying to give more money to get the kind of personnel that we wanted.
So your whole expense structure was just
right.
blowing up because you were growing so rapidly.
Yes.
And you did not properly adjust for that in your...
No, we didn't adjust for that in our bids. We did not adjust for it on our jobs that we were hiring these people for. We should have tried to increase our production to lower our cost to offset. We were just working at a steady pace. It was just like, from 2007, 2008, everything was booming. People had plenty of work. There was plenty of work to be had. And, we were just kind of going with the flow. It's like, let's pick up more work. Let's pick up more work. Let's grow our business. Let's add more crews. Let's add more equipment. But we weren't looking at the actual cost impact of doing that. We weren't doing a risk analysis. We were just flying by the seat of our pants. It's like the more work we got, the more people we threw at it, the more equipment we threw at it. We never one time done an analysis on our actual cost.
And so I guess the problem there is when you're in those boom times, you can get away with it.
Yes.
But then as soon as
it levels out and drops,
at that point, it all catches up with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So then it's better to...
Well, even in the boom time, when things are booming, you still have a amount of cost versus what you bid, and if you don't keep track of it and make adjustments, it's going to even in a booming economy, it can still come back and get you.
Right. So it's better to sort of slow down your growth a little bit and make sure that you are on top of your costs than to try to grow the thing too fast.
Yes.
To outgrow what you.
Right.
All right, Jeff. I appreciate you sharing that story with us.
Jerry.
Hopefully, our viewers out there learn from your story there.
I hope so.
All right. Well, y'all check us out online at ProfitDig.com and follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/ProfitDig. We'll see you.